My name's Jason Kerr, I'm 39 years of age and I'm a producer at Radio 2GB here in Sydney.
My name's Geoff Field, I'm 50 years of age and I'm a newsreader for Hamish and Andy and Fifi and Jules at Today FM in Sydney. Back in 2005 on Breakfast Radio, Jason proposed to me. It was a complete shock. I must say I was a little unsure about things at first because I wasn't sure whether it would be seen as some sort of radio stunt or whether people would take it seriously. So we sat down and talked about it for a while and we thought, well, maybe it should be called Sydney's first illegal gay wedding, which it was. And we had an amazing response. I can remember the morning after we did the proposal on air, we went out to a live broadcast of Australian Idol out in Blacktown. And we thought, well, this will be the big test to see how we've been accepted. And we got out of our car and we had mums, dads, truckies, bikies. We had Australian Idol contestants running over congratulating us and high-fiving us. We had some cards given to us by little kids with two men holding hands saying happy engagement, Geoff and Jason. And we ended up getting 25,000 emails, which I still have proudly in my drawer at home, from listeners around the country who heard that. And there was actually a 5-week run up to the wedding, so we ended up getting all those emails. I've still got them home in my drawer. I think we only had to throw 3 away. They were just awful, but the other 24,997 were fantastic. So we had a great response. And I must say, working in FM radio here in Sydney, I find the younger demographic is just so in tune with the whole issue of gay marriage. It's not even an issue for them, but just most of the people I work with who are younger than me just say, what's the problem? Why can't you guys just get married? You've been together 19 years, which we have, and it's kind of hard to give them an answer. But I know the issue of civil marriage, of civil unions is around, and I strongly disagree with that because I think that puts us into another class. You know, there's marriage, civil unions, and you talk to a lot of gay youth groups about self-esteem, and as far as I'm concerned, if we accept civil unions, that puts us into a separate class. It creates issues. It says we're not the same as everyone else. And some of my gay friends say, well, at least it's a step in the right direction. I don't believe that at all. I think that is a bad step because it puts us into a separate category. For me, it's all or nothing. We, sometimes you hear on Talkback Radio people saying, gay people, they want more and more, they want everything. No, we don't. We just want the same. We don't want more and we don't want less. We just want equality.
I think an important point to make too is that we're aware that some politicians are considering civil unions as a first step toward gay marriage in the future. And to all those politicians, we'd really like to stress the fact that if civil unions do come into law for gay couples, it's not something that we would be interested in partaking of at all. Right. We don't feel that civil unions recognise the strength of our relationship nor the value of our relationship to society either.
Absolutely. We had an interesting weekend last weekend at Jason's cousin's wedding. You might like to talk about that.
Yeah, my cousin got married to his now wife last weekend up on the New South Wales North Coast. They've been together for 7 years. And it was a really joyous day for the whole family. Everyone came together from all over New South Wales and from interstate as well. And I say it was a joyous day, which it was, but it was tinged with an element of almost sadness as well, because as our cousins were getting married, everyone was acutely aware that Geoff and I legally could really only ever attend this sort of an event. We could never partake in it ourselves. And for our families, that's a very important issue. Certain members of our family do have their relationships recognised under law. We don't.
and quite a few people at the wedding came up and sort of pointed the irony of what was happening. You know, we were so happy for the bride and groom, but it was tinged with an element of irony and sadness that we can't get married, and we've been together 19 years, and we just think we should be allowed to be married like everyone else.
Another important point which we'd like to make as well is that in no way do we want church organisations to feel as though they're going to be obligated to marry us. Should a church organisation object to same-sex marriage, we would not want them officiating at our wedding anyway.
I respect their right not to marry gay people if they don't want to, but you don't go somewhere where you're not welcome anyway. So I think that's an important issue. That if gay marriage is approved, that churches can be exempt, and
I think importantly, same-sex marriage should be thought of as something that is going to strengthen Australian society. It's not going to be something that is going to weaken the fabric of our society at all. It's only going to strengthen family bonds, and after all, family bonds are the bedrock of our society. I come back to the wedding that we attended last weekend. Should Geoff and I be allowed to marry legally, that's only going to strengthen our union and strengthen our family and our extended family as well.
And politicians, you've got nothing to fear from this in so many ways, electorally, socially. I mean, you know, the radio station I work at has 800,000 people listening to it under the age of 40, and I never come up against anyone that is heavily opposed, or actually I don't think I've even run into anyone in my building that's opposed to gay marriage. I get people saying to me all the time, why can't you guys get married like everyone else? And I just look at them and I say, well, you have to ask the government that. So it would be really great if you could change the laws.
This is our submission to the Legal and Constitutional Affairs Committee into Marriage Equality Amendment Bill 2010. My name is Jason Kerr.
And my name is Geoff Field.